What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch. I haven't had time to really make videos as consistently as possible this past week, and it's a mixture thing. Number one, I got some things I'm working on in the background, I actually got a MacBook so I can work on editing videos and working on new style videos for this channel. Number two, my dog has food aggression, so I had to get food treats, and I'm actually training my dog to not have food, like really bad food aggression. So I'm working on that actually, and that's taking a lot of my time. And of course, I just have a bunch of errands. If you guys don't know, I'm a father, and I do my YouTube, and I play Yu-Gi-Oh on the side, but that comes first, so I have to handle those things as well. And then I have Operation Monday to get 4 teeth removed, so a little bit busy. But after all that craziness is happening, I'm gonna be back on track. I'm gonna be back to uploading content, market watches, as well as Yu-Gi-Oh vlogs, and me going to Yu-Gi-Oh events. I think I have a regionals in Indiana. I'll be going to. I'll be able to record that for you guys, as well as the UDS the following week. I'm not going to the YCS 3-3. I really don't like the way Konami does the 3-3s. I wish they had like 2 independent YCS. That'd be a lot easier and smarter. So you could have solo YCS or the 3-3. I just think that's better. But that's their way of catering towards teams without specifically saying it. So I mean, there's pros and cons to those events. Before I get into this market watch, guys, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and comment down below. So the last common question I asked was, what deck are you playing this current format? And I got a ton of responses from you guys. Now, what I want to know is actually, what deck do you not want to play against this format? It could be Spirals straight up. It could be a certain type of Spirals, like Lunite Spirals. It could be Spirals with anything, as well as like Alter Guy, Screw Control, and any of those other kind of decks. Or specifically, what card you do not want to see. Personally speaking, the card I don't want to see against me being resolved is Evenly Matched. The card's a blowout, and it's one of the cards that I talked about my last market watch, how crazy it's going up in the market, and it still is, by the way, it's still being bought out. The values are still increasing, but like, that's one of the cards I don't want to see being resolved against me, because that card is a blowout. You don't have to give the battle phase, but you give so much more. And if you're out there and you're playing Spirals, or you're playing any kind of a combo deck, or even decks like Altergeist, Evenly Matched is still gonna come after you. So unless you have the answer, Altergeist Guru Control players, you better have like Solemn Judgment, or Guru, you better have your hand trap monster, or even like Spirals, you get one negate. You basically have to say that negation and hope that your opponent has only one Evenly Matched and no ways to really fully bait you out. So that's what I'm worried about. And once again, I would love to know in the comment section down below, what are you worried about? And if you're new to the channel, once again, welcome, and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and give me that comment. As well as you guys will ever want to buy from TCG Player, here's the website. Go in the description. I have a TCG Player link. Whenever you buy, TCG Player actually helps support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about the market. People get a little bit upset too when I do these videos lately. I've been reading all your comments. Well, I don't want to say people, like 2 or 3 people, I should really say, out of everybody that watches these videos. They're like, V, I know you talk about like new stuff, like Ignition Sword, but I want to hear about older stuff. Well, my videos, I try to combine both of that. I try to talk to the collectors market, I try to talk to casuals, and I try to talk to competitive market. Obviously, with the past week or two, all the craziness with the ban list, all the craziness with Ignition Sword, and of course, Magical Hero, it's really hard to talk to casuals and collectors as easily because the competitive market is getting so much so fast. So as a content creator, I'm trying to you know, break down the inundation of all these cards, all these changes as fast as possible to everybody out there. So it's really not easy as far as doing that. I could easily do 4 or 5 market watches a day and go collectors market watch, competitors market watch, the casual market watch, and easily do that. The problem is, like I said lately, I just didn't have enough time, and making a bunch of videos specifically towards those markets is not that it's hard. It just takes a long amount of time, which I don't have, unfortunately. If I ever do get a chance to do extra time, I'll try to make those videos off for you guys. I really will, because I know, once again, the collectors want to see their stuff, casuals definitely want to see their stuff, and casuals is mostly deck core stuff, which I love, and then competitive also wants to see their stuff. But in this video today, I have a mixture of all that. So let's go on to the market watch. So the first thing we'll talk about is Lightning Storm Prismatic, which is holding a $450 market price. The market price, the price point is about $455. Lightning Storm Prismatic, what do we think about this card? Okay, I've been saying it forever, it's gonna go down in value. I mean, I said that about previous prismatics besides Appaloosa, which I still stick to is an insanely overpriced card, but it's worth it. But it's still more than what it should be. Look at Lightning Storm, a card that is a phenomenal card, belongs in the main deck. The reason why I don't think Lightning Storm is as crazy, because if Lightning Storm, imagine we got Evenly Matched, and we always had Lightning Storm, but we got Evenly Matched, and the Evenly Matched was a prismatic, then maybe maybe we could talk about evenly matched being worth this kind of price point. Now, do I think any prismatic should be worth this? Not really. But if we have a card like Lightning Storm versus evenly matched on prismatic, it would be evenly matched that would have the price point. Lightning Storm is still a great card, and it's most likely going to see play in this new format that we're currently moving forward in from this week and beyond. But I don't know about as far as a $455 card that goes in your main deck that you're going to shuffle all day long. That's kind of insane to me. Sky Striker Ace Rose is tanking in the market. $430 market price. The actual price point on TCG Play is around $280 roughly. Sure. I mean, it's gonna go down lower. It's gonna be less. It's gonna break on the 200. And then we have also the Earth Charmer Immovable Prismatic with $240 market price. The value right now in the current market is $250. That's gonna be going down in value. Time Thief Perpetua. I don't know what's gonna happen with this one actually, but looking at it with the market price of $222, the current value is roughly around $190. And then we go boom right into Lightning Storm. Now, the market price is already about $100, and Pack Fresh First Edition versions are about $98. Now, after that one has sold, it goes back above the $100 mark. But what I think is going to happen is we're going to see Lightning Storm break under the $100 mark, probably around 100%. Like you know, we know it. Probably around next Wednesday, I think we'll see Lightning Storm's price point go under the $100 mark, maybe even touching near $90. And once again, I think this is still a phenomenal card. I definitely need it myself, personally speaking, but I do think this is a great card, but it's not worth this much money. It's just not worth it. And like I said before, guys, I think this card is a great card, but the value is going to still go down in value. And this is also a great set, and it has a lot of value in this set. And for that, a lot of YGOPaisano will be going and cracking this set open. And when they do that, they're going to grab these Lightning Storms and your Gizmic Kakas, and they're going to be listing them in the market if they don't need them. Speaking of Gizmic, holding a $29 market price, the price point is actually starting to go down a little bit. It's about $27. And then you got a bunch of Ignister stuff and Plunder Patrol stuff, which like I said, I kind of want, but we got to wait, guys. Wait with me. I'll let you know when I'm going in for this, and it'll be up to you whether you want to go in for it or not. But I'm waiting. The value is going to drop down. Yesterday was the first chance for everybody that wanted to list these cards on TCG Player to list these cards on TCG Player, okay? With that said, what we're gonna see happen is the value just dropped throughout the weekend, and the value drops starting next week. That's when we're gonna see a lot of value just get thrown onto the market. Scrap Recycler out of Fisted Gadget Super Rare is holding $11 market price, almost $12. Name First Editions are roughly around $10 for Scrap Recycler. The thing is, like, this card's still like really good. They're not just any more like Scrap Orcus variants, but now you see like a Scrap Spiral variant that's starting to show play. So the value's kind of stabilizing roughly around $10 for Scrap Recycler. And then we have Black Little Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, $65. But look at the price points. Okay, we got one over here at 70. After that one's gone, it's about $72 for Black Little Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. This card's absolutely a powerhouse, and even though we don't have Thunder Dragons, so many other decks can still bring this card out. And yeah, it's something that you gotta watch out for. And then we have Silent Mining coming at Dark Neostorm with a $31 market price. Name and First Edition is roughly around 29s and 30s. I'm shocked this card's still holding value. Someone hit me up on Facebook. I'm sorry, on Instagram the other day. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I will respond to you faster than Facebook. I have so many Facebook messages I sporadically respond to because I get a lot. But hit me up on Instagram and I will respond to you faster. But look at that Silent Money. Someone asked me, they're like, V, should I grab a playset? I want to build Marine Cess. I think it's Marine Cess. And I was like, no, this card should not be at $30 right now. No way, no how, I'm sorry. Here's why, it's very simple. Salamangreat had one top throughout the last weekend event. That's it. Are they still a good deck? Sure, they're about 1.5. And for the money you're gonna put in a 1.5 deck, I'd rather you take that money and put it in something like Burning Abyss, which will cost you way less than Salamangreat. One. Number two, Salamangreat had been hit so heavily on the balance, it's a half-dead deck running around, and even though I still think it's a good deck, I still think you gotta respect it, I don't think it's good against decks like Spirals in the long run, long rounds, I'm trying to say. So, Salamangreat holding Silent Mining, being the deck that holds Silent Mining, if you are out there and you are playing Salamangreat, you better get rid of this card fast. That's number one. Number two, Marine Cess players are barely holding on to this card, or they're just waiting to get into this card, and they will buy this card. So if you do hold this card, you have a market to sell it into. Just mind you that there was more Salamangreat players than Marine Cess players. So what we're gonna see here, guys, is we're gonna see a lot of Salamangreat players eventually, and I'll get to that in a second, start throwing this all on the market. And Marine Cess players slowly start absorbing it, but they're not crazy. They're not going to spend $30 for this card. Some right now will, but altogether they really won't. And here's why: this card's getting a reprint coming up in a month now. I think we can safely say within a month we're going to get a reprint version of Silent Mining. This card's price point is going to flatline. It won't go down to like $2, but it's still going to be going down in value. So once again, if you're holding Silent Mining, it's roughly around $30. You got a playset for 90. You better get rid of that card for 75 if you're lucky. And you better do it quickly because this card is going to tank. And if you're out there, you're looking to get this card, wait a month, and then you'll buy it for dirt cheap. I just want to go over Savage Strike quickly because I'm shocked how we have not seen any announcements. I know the next set coming out next month. Any announcements for what's going to be in that set. I think if Konami wants to make things right, you put Savage Strike in that set. Think about it. Savage Strike booster boxes sealed are $132. That's insane for a sealed booster box of Savage Strike. Why is that? Well, because Konami and the distributors, they clean out quickly. And when they clean out so fast, what are you gonna do? Like, the people who haven't got this, they went online and bought for the singles market, you got it, but everybody else, you just got ripped apart. And the market is still insane. And you look at other sets around Savage Strike, their markets are nowhere near as crazy as this set. Of course, because the set was cleaned out. Of course, you went to local Walmart and Target and GameStop, they had tons of these, but let's not talk about that. Now, looking at cards like Pot of Extravagance, at a Savage Strike, with a $91 price point, the current value is at $93. I want to play Alter Guy so badly, but I refuse to buy Pot of Extravagance at 93. Yes, a couple days ago it was 100, but it's at $93. That's insane. That makes no sense. This card is going to get a reprint. The value is going to drop. It's inevitable. The only question is when. And I think if Konami wanted to make things right, Konami, you make this get reprinted next month. 100%. You got Fantastical Dragon Phantasme going down in value. It has a $64 market price. Who is listing Japanese cards on here for 60 bucks? Like, what are you doing? What a jerk. Like, first of all, that's deceptive. Like, nobody buys Japanese cards. You can't really use them. Second of all, why? But looking at Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, the value in the current market, you got one over 62. That's like 63 and change. And it stabilizes for that price point for a good amount of time for this card. It's still a phenomenal card, but it doesn't fit in the current meta we're in right now. And I think that's the biggest problem with this card. But I do think this is going to be a good card. I do think this card's going to see play, but I also do think this card's going to get a reprint. Just like Borderlands Savage Dragon deserves a reprint. The current market price of this card is roughly around $39. The value did go down a little bit to roughly around $34, but it's still an expensive card. And once again, this is Savage Strike. We're still on Savage Strike, and there's so much value. Royal Legacy Guard Dragon being roughly around $9, Trickster Corbane, and Ultra Rare being around $9, Cyber's Quantum Dragon being around $7, Psychic Wheeler, even though at one point it was like $2 to $3, it's now up to around $6. This is still a lot of value in this set. And that's because once again, Konami shorted this set from store owners. I can tell you that personal experience, they did. And they shorted this set from store owners and from the direct website. So you couldn't buy directly from Konami. If you're a store owner, you could usually have the option to buy directly from Konami. And you couldn't really buy from the distributors because they were cleaned out. Of course, they had some for the bigger stores, and that's a whole nother thing. I'm gonna do a video. Today's actually my official day. My store is officially closed. And I'll have a video coming out probably soon about why I decided to come to that conclusion and what's going on behind the scenes as far as being a store owner and buying from Konami as well as other things. Some things I can say, but some things I'm definitely going to say for you guys, so keep an eye out for that. But looking at Master Acid at a 2012 Premium Collector's 10 Secret Rare with a $30 market price, the current value of this card is roughly around $31. And I mean, it was always a given. I've talked about the card when it was like $6, not that long ago. And look at Mass Hero DN, it's still roughly around $10. This card's gonna go up in value as well. I keep calling it, and people keep acting surprised, but like these are two phenomenally valued cards. And then we have Witcher Strike. I talked about this card a long time ago. This card at one point was like $2 to $3, if that. Market price of Witcher Strike is roughly around $5. Neiman First Editions are almost near $7 for this card. It's just going higher and higher. And I don't know. One, I don't agree with this card going up high now. I think this card can go high if the meta calls for it, but I don't think it should go high right now. Let me just preface that, because I do think this card has great potential. The thing about Witcher Strike is, it's really good against like Altergeist and Gurgitro. Altergeist get a negation on you, Gurgitro get a negation on you, and after that fully resolves, you guys get Witcher Strike and you basically clean their house. You clean everything out. Destroy cards your opponent's controls and in their hand. This is an insanely huge card. So, I mean, yeah, this is a great card, but I don't know if it's worth, if it's gonna see any kind of meta play. That's what I'm trying to get at. Maybe it will. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am, because I love this card, but I don't think it will. And then we have Cyber Little Fusion, a card I talked about the other day, which has a $12 market price. Neiman First Edition copies already up as far as 15. This card's gonna go higher. As long as you see any kind of like Cyber Dragon, with its Spirals or Orcus see meta play, this card will go higher. And I really do still believe that, and really do still believe that this value at $15 is still relatively cheap for this card. We also have Powder Average. With this card coming off the ban list, almost nobody really uses this card, but the value is still high. It's ultimate rare. You can't really replenish it in the market from elemental energies. The card has a $55 market price, and Powder Average, I mean, you got German ones over here for 80s, but if you want like a lightly played first edition version, you're looking at $93. Now, I rarely say for you to sell ultimate rares because I love ultimate rares. I believe in them a lot, and I believe they have crazy potential. In this case, I would sell Ultimate Rare Powder Average. If I was you, and if you did own some, I would sell it. The reason why is because the value's gonna go down. Not a lot of you players are gonna be playing this card. It has good future potential, but I do think Konami's gonna acknowledge that and make a reprint of the card. So why hold a card that has such a high value right now if you're not using it? Why not get rid of a high value card that you're not using and wait? Eventually, this will get replenished in the market, or Konami's gonna reprint it as a prismatic. Won't be Ultimate Rare, but still, $93 is a lot of money for this card. And then we have Dual Devastators and a card like Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, which is holding a it originally held a $5 price point. It was a market price, so the current price points. Now, Ash Blossom and Joy Spring and a Dual Devastator is roughly around $8. Name of First Edition is also around $8 for this card. This card is definitely going higher and higher as Yu-Gi-Oh players are still using this card because it's literally the most broken card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arguably in the game's history. I mean, we could say Pot of Greed, we could say Grish Charity, we could say a lot of cards, but I really do think Ash Blossom is so good because it stops all that and then some. The card's absolutely insane. We also have cards like Super Polymerization, which never changed its price. It was always $5 in Dual Devastator. Corbin of Grave, which used to be $4, is now $5, sure, but realistically, at a Dual Devastator, the Ash Blossom Joy Springs are around $8, and that's because it's an insane card. Then we have Cyber Dragon National. This is something that just hit me like a brick the other day. This card name becomes Cyber Dragon while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Okay, it's pretty good. You can discard one of the monsters, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you can target a machine monster with 100 attack and defense. Okay, nobody cares about that. Well, the reason I like this card a lot is because, once again, if you guys don't know, one of my decks that I'm playing for competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Spirals. And one of the problems with Spirals is if you go second against an established Spiral board in the mirror match, you're in a bad spot. Cyber Dragon Nasher kind of changes that though. You discard one card, special summon Cyber Dragon Nasher. If your opponent doesn't immediately respond to that, you could contact Fuchs with this card. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe I'm doing it not doing it correctly. But this card is insane in the Cyber Dragon in the Spiral deck against established board state that your opponent has. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. That's okay. Comment down below. This card's current market price is roughly around almost like $8, and the value right now is roughly around $6. I think this card is insanely undervalued. This card is huge, and I don't think a lot of you players know that they can do that. Like yes, you got Cyber Dragon Spirals, you got Cyber Dragon Orcus, but you could throw this in Spirals and not play Cyber Dragon Spirals and still make this a good card. This card will also pitch a card in your hand, a monster, for your Spiral place, which is also pretty huge. I don't know. I think this card has a lot of potential. And then we have Ill Blood, casual play / collectors. Ill Blood Secret Rare Tactical Evolution is holding a $17 market price. Lightly Play Unlimited are roughly around $15 to almost $16. Now, if you want a first edition Ill Blood, here's where things get a little weird. First edition copies of the card immediately start at Lightly Played at $50. After those two have sold, it's $65. So once again, $50 to $65 for first edition Ill Blood. Lightly Play Unlimited are about $16. The difference in value is almost insane, and the reason why, obviously, because it's first edition's hard to get, we get that, but here's the thing what always happens with old school secret rares. We know this already, but I'll repeat it again. If you got an old school secret rare and the first edition is huge, I'm talking like $70, $80, $90, it's huge, people will not buy the first editions, obviously. What they're gonna do is they're gonna go ahead and go in and grab the Unlimiteds. Yes, it's not first edition, but as you grab the Unlimiteds and you clean the Unlimiteds out, you slowly make your way towards first edition copies. And then what you have here is you have a $50 first edition card. After those two gone, they become $65. And then you have an unlimited, roughly around the near that price point. Obviously, not like, not $59 and $60, but something to the point where like one's $50, one could be like $30 or $25. Wouldn't be surprised to see it like that. The value in the market would change drastically once you can play a skull. Okay, I'm not buying the first edition, so I'm going to buy the Unlimiteds. And that can happen whenever this card sees any kind of meta play. Will Ill Blood ever see meta play? I don't know. What I do know is this is still a phenomenal card that has potential of seeing meta play. It definitely does. And with that said, I think this card has the potential to go up in value in the future in the market. And then we have Power Tool Dragon out of Raging Battle. Remember what I just said about secret rares, first edition Unlimited? It's the same exact thing with Power 2 Dragon. In fact, a lot of ghost rares. Looking at Power 2 Dragon in the market price, it's roughly around $47. And if you want a limited copy, it's about $40 to $45 for unlimited. But if you want a first edition copy, it's around $150. $151 for a first edition version of Power 2 Dragon. Once again, that price difference makes 0 sense. That's what the market does. And I'm not saying Power Dragon can see immediate play. It's some Yu-Gi-Oh players are starting to try to do it. I saw some deck lists online the other day where Yu-Gi-Oh players are trying to add Power 2 Dragon in their deck. But we are seeing the card actually go in and starting to see play. We're seeing the market go in and starting to get cleaned up. And once again, there is a lot of listings for this, and the price points are roughly around 47s all day long. But if this card sees any kind of meta play, I really do think that limited can be around 75 to 100, where the first edition versions are going to be at least 150 to even 175. And I think that difference in the price points will change as the card sees any kind of meta play, or the potential, which is just as important, of meta play, because then the people will respond within the market. And then we have other cards like Tuning at a Subject Blast, $13 market price. Cards roughly around 38 for lightly played. After that one on hit 60. After that play status hold, it's like $79. You also have Scrap Twin Dragon, which has a $12 market price. The cards are $45 right now. And then the next listing is about $50 for these cards. I don't believe in Scrap Twin Dragon. I think that's a hard sell. I would sell Ulti Scrap Twin Dragon all day long if I was you. Tuning, I don't know. I mean, it's a good ultimate rare. I would at least keep one. And if you have extras, I mean, that's a lot of money for near mints. $38 is, it's all right to sell, I guess. We also have Max C. We haven't talked about Max C since the Bayless. But hey, guys, guess what? Ding, 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 ding. We're 2 months away from the next Bayless. Congratulations to everybody who just played this Bayless. Get ready. We are almost in Bayless season after leaving the previous Bayless we're in right now. Congratulations. That's how the game works sometimes. And then after that, don't worry about it. We have up until Nationals. The season resets within a month, and then we have new bands for that season. So yeah, Max C, and I mentioned this last time. I don't know if I should say it again. It's kind of I feel like I keep saying it over and over again. But what happens with these cards, and this is very simple. This is why I always say whether or not Max C ever comes with the balance is almost inconsequential. The value will always be higher, and it will always grow every single balance. Why, you ask? Speculation. The speculative market is a majority of what we have in the current market as far as buyouts and as far as cards hitting crazy high price points like Max C, which is currently banned, holding an $185 market price, but the first listing is at $227. After that, those two are gone, it's almost a $300 for a card that's banned. Why is that? Last meta, when we had around last ban list, the cards were around 150. Well, because speculative market does not let go. It only lets go we have a long ban list, being the fact that these bans are a lot more short. What we're gonna see is cards like Max C in a short ban list get speculative. It'll spike up high in value, then it'll calm down a little bit as Yu-Gi-Oh players are like, well, I don't, you know, the balance is out, I'll get rid of it, I'll make $225. Some might, most don't, by the way. Look at the market. And then what happens is, oh, look at that, the next balance is up, it shoots back up in value. I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna take a crazy guess. $225 for Max C in about 2 months is gonna be a pipe dream. The card is gonna hit even higher in the market. It's going to. For the ultimate rare version, by the way. Then we have the other version that I stole on Ragnarok. So by the way, once again, unlimited prints aren't that bad. They're only $20. The market price is shown to be about 25. It's under a market price for unlimited. That's actually really good. We have Max C Ultra Rares, which is roughly around $15. Market price is about $13. Super Rares are roughly around $6. They went down almost near $7. Market price about $10, and then commons are about $5. So market price is roughly around $7. Once again, guys, this is exactly what the market is doing, what it's always been doing. People whether or not they go I think you're wrong about Max C, I think you're right about Max C. We can talk about that and have a separate conversation all day long. The market does not care whether I'm right or you're right, or I'm wrong or you're wrong. By the way, you're wrong. This card's coming off the ban list. But what it does care about is the hype and anticipation of this card coming off the ban list. What she said. And then Harvey's Featherduster is gonna be doing the same exact thing, by the way. That's gonna happen as well. But looking at Max C, it's gonna go higher. This is why I get so confused when people go, Fee, you're wrong about Max C, and I just go, it doesn't matter. Like, in the end of the day, all this doesn't matter. One random guy in my comments said, you're wrong, by the way, but even if you're right, the market does not listen to you. It listens to the perspective of this card coming off the ban list. Then we have Body Shark at Abyss Rising. I try not to sound pompous. I just want to like break it down for everybody because this is what I learned by looking at this market for years and seeing what happens. This is what I learned. I swear I'm not being pompous. It's just like it's so obvious what this market is doing. It's so blunt and so in front of your face. To anyone not see it, it just blows my mind still. And if you're new to the market, that's fine. But don't walk in and go, it'll never call off the ban list. Cause reasons, like, please stop. I'm telling you what the market is doing. That's all I'm telling you. We can speculate, that's fine, but the market does what it does. Okay, look at the volume of Shark at Abyss Risings with a $14 market price. This card's actually unlimited play, lightly play unlimited, about 16. The first versions are almost about 18. After that, it's like $23 for this card. This card's still relatively high in the market, but then again, with Master of 5 right around the corner, it makes sense for this card to be relatively high in the market. And I'm excited about Master of 5, and that's why the market's been going crazy lately, because Master of 5, because of the new game state, because Master of 5 is Master of 3 minus links and pendulums, which links is something that a lot of you players didn't like. I don't know if it's links or pendulum was like the most hated game mechanic, but one of those two, a lot of you players didn't like. But looking at it, Master of 5 is Master of 3 for a lot of Yu-Gi players, which gets the Yu-Gi players that used to play happy, current Yu-Gi players happy, casual might go competitive, collector might go casual. It's a big deal. And see cards like Body Shark, because we have the Triple Toad, a thing, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, I understand why this card's maintaining a high price point, but right now there's an unlimited copy about 16, and if you're looking to play Totally Awesome, that's not a bad price point. Of course, the other version of those cards like Gold, I found actually like 3 of these bad boys. At one point these were like 4, I think at 6 at most. Gold versions of Body Shark are like 3 in the market price. It's barely under 3. You can buy this, granted you will get made fun of, and not by me. Hey man, you know, some of us don't got money like that. I totally get it, but you go to locals, you rocking some gold cards, you're gonna get some weird looks. Then we have TG One the Magician, a card that I think everyone forgot about. Like, everyone forgot about. I made a video about this maybe almost a couple of weeks ago, and I said, hey guys, TG One the Magician's Ultimate Rare. I'm gonna buy one of these, and I did, by the way. Hold on one second. I bought one of these. Weird flex now, time to weird flex my TG One the Magician. And it's beautiful. I think it's a great card. First edition version of TG One the Magician. And the reason why I bought that, because we are getting Crystal Needle Fiber next month. And Crystal Needle Fiber, Master of 5, TG One the Magician, that just all sounds like a good time. Now, when this card was first, when Crystal Needle Fiber was first announced as a card, this card got bought out. Then Konami reprinted this card, and the card value went down a little bit. And let's look at that right now. TG One the Magician Extreme Victories Ultimate Rare is holding $11 market price. Lightning Play Unlimited is about 12, and you got the first version of this bad boy, and that first version of the card is at $22. Now, I went and got my first version, I forgot for how much, but you can still get an Ultimate Rare Unlimited copy right now for $12. In fact, there are 3 copies of this card for about 12 to 13 in the market. After that, boom, the price point is $16 for TG One the Magician Ultimate Rare. And if you don't want this version, no big deal. There's other versions, other copies. There's Ultra Rare that came out, I believe it was in dual power. It's probably less than $1. There's definitely different versions. But if you want the max rarity version, this is the version you need. And if you want to buy it right now, you got unlimited copies right now on the market for dirt cheap prices. And you can do that if you want to. Do you want to buy the first edition version? I don't know. First edition for about 22 it's not bad, but it's still pretty expensive, to be honest with you. But this card's still seen play in the OCG. And I do believe that when we get Crystal Needle Fiber, this card will see play here in the TCG. Especially with Master of 5, it will definitely see play here in the TCG. So that's my take on TG One Magician. Once again, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Hit the like button, comment down below. It's your boy V and Paisanos. Anyone got any tips how to train a dog that has food aggression? Anyone? Seriously, my dog has food aggression at my other dog, and I don't know. That's what we're doing today. You Paisanos though, if you're out there and you don't gotta train your dog with food aggression for the whole day, you Paisanos have a great day.